My dear students, welcome to the online class. Today we are going to declare array of object. That is, today we are going to discuss a topic called just see the heading, array of class objects. Array of class objects means in the last class we declared array as member data of a class. In the last class we discussed array as member data of a class. It means it is possible to declare array as a one of the member data of a class, right? Now we are going to discuss another topic, that is array of class objects. Array of class object. It means in a class it is possible to declare array, right? In the same manner, in a class it is possible to make array of objects. Means just see the previous programs, just we are able to create objects for the class. Now we are going to discuss it is possible to make array of objects in the class. Means instead of just declaring one object, we are going to declare array of objects for the class. This is the topic we are going to discuss right now. Before going to that, just see what happens whenever we are going to declare a class called student with the data member, roll number, name of the student, register number, with some member functions like input member function, display member function. Suppose we want to display one student information, accept and display one student information means one object is needed. Suppose we want display three student information means we have to declare three objects, right? If we want to display three students information, that is accept three students data and display three students data means we have to declare three objects, right? Suppose our aim is to accept 100 student information, that is 100 student name, 100 students register number, 100 students marks means we have to declare 100 objects, right? And we have to call that input function 100 times and we have to call that display function 100 times. It is time consuming. That's why we have to make, instead of just object declaration, it is possible to declare array of objects. Then it is very easy to access student information. That is the topic we are going to discuss right now. For example, just I am going to write syntax here. class student private int register number char name of 20 long one more data, that is id number marks instead of register number take it as marks long register number void input function void display function, close the class. See here, our aim is to just accept one student information like marks, name, register number and display it, means this is the class declaration and we are going to put here semicolon, this ends declaration of class, and in the main function we are going to declare one object, that is student space s1 or anything obj. Then with the help of that single object it is possible to accept one student information and display one student information. Suppose we have to accept 100 students information and display 100 student information, means we have to declare 100 objects. Instead of that, it is possible to make array of object, that is instead of that it is possible to write code student PUC of 5 semicolon. This is called array of object. This is called array of object, means here PUC is an object. PUC is an array of objects. Its size is 5. Means PUC object is going to read 5 student information and it is going to display 5 student information. When a PUC is array, means how elements are going to be read and write from the first position as 0, that is PUC of 0, PUC of 1, PUC of 2, PUC of 3, PUC of 4. Size is 5 means n minus 1. PUC of 4 is going to hold or accept last student information. So this is a what? Array of object, right? Suppose this is a 3, means this array of object PUC is able to access 3 student information. This array of object is able to accept 3 student information and display 3 student information, right? Here array of object size is 3. Then let us see, just I am going to explain how memory is allocated. See here, last class only we discussed whenever we are going to declare a class with the data member and a member function, then there is no memory allocated. Memory is allocated if and only if whenever we are going to create objects for the class. So here we not only declared a single object, we declared array of object with a size 3. Then 3 objects then memory is allocated for 3 objects separately. That is, size is 3 means last one will be 3 minus 1, 2. That is PUC of 0, PUC of 1, PUC of 2. Like this, for 3 objects, separate memory is allocated, and that memory is allocated for this data member. See here, first one is int, means 2 byte. Next char 20 byte. Next long register number. Long means it has the same memory of float, that is 4 byte. Total how much? 20, 24, 26 byte of memory is allocated for each object. For example, just I am explaining how memory is allocated. First one, this is for object 1, that is PUC of 0. How much? 24, 26 byte memory is allocated. How that 26 means? Marks 2 byte for a name purpose, 20 byte for register number purpose, 4 byte. Right? So one student information, PUC of 0 means first student information. Here size is 3 means it is able to access 3 student information. Second student information means PUC of 1, that is marks, same thing, name, register number. For this also 26 byte memory is allocated. For the second student information purpose also 26 byte memory is allocated. Like this, same 26 byte memory is allocated for the object third, that is PUC of 2, that is marks, name, register number. Right? So this is what memory allocation for array of object. Right? Just I am giving example how memory is allocated for array of object. Here array of object size is 3 means n is 3 means n minus 1, 2. PUC 0, PUC 1, PUC 2. Last will be n minus 1, 3 minus 1, 2 is the last object. Suppose PUC of 100 means how memory is allocated? First 26 byte is allocated for PUC 0. Last will be 100 minus 1. PUC of 99. Ninth location is allocated for the last student. right? Like this, memory allocation is done whenever we are going to declare array of object, right? Like this, memory allocation is done whenever we are going to create a array of object. Now let us write a C++ program on the concept of array of class object. Then it is very easy to understand the concept of array of object, right? Let us see. So now I am going to write a C++ program using the concept of array of object. So what program I am going to write means, I am going to write a C++ program to accept 3 student information, like enter the student info, name, register number, marks. Once again enter the student info, name, register number, marks. Once again enter the student info, name, register number, marks, and afterwards I am going to print student info is as follows. Student info is as follows, that is name, register number, marks. Then it must display 3 names, 3 register numbers, 3 marks. To get output like this, I am going to write a C++ program using the concept of array of object, right? Let us see here. So we are working on the data member functions related to student, right? So therefore take class, write header files hash include stdio.h hash include conio.h hash include io manip.h, right? These are the 3 header files we are going to use in the program. Next, class student, right? What are the data members? Private, int, marks, long, register number, char, name of 20. So these 3 are the data members. Next, consider the member functions. Consider the member functions in public. First one is void input function. I am writing code inside the class only, therefore I am not putting semicolon. So what I have to input? I have to input marks, register number, name. Therefore cout enter the student info end L. Next C in what I am entering, marks, register number, name, right. I am closing the input function. Next, write the output function. Void display function, void display function. What I have to display? This thing, right? Write down Cout set a W of 5. Write a display function, that is set a W of I. What first I entered here? Marks, right? So instead of that, I am taking, you just change, make first register number, name, marks. Then I am here accept Cout display, register number, set W of 5, name, set W of 5, next marks. Next, close the void display function and afterwards close the class declaration. Next step is declaration of void main function. Void main function. Okay. So in general, what we are going to declare in void main function, very first step is object declaration. Here we have to declare array of object. Therefore, write the class name, student, array of object means POC of 3, right? POC of 3, array of object. This is what? Array of object, array of object, right? What we have to do? We have to declare array of object, right? Instead of here we write array of object size is 3 means it is possible to display only 3 information. 3 student information. That's why take instead of 3, take n. Right? Or else instead of n, we have to take some long value like this 100. It means array of object with the size 100 means this array of object is able to accept up to 100 students information. Okay. Now CLR SCR clear screen function. Next step is array size n means that indicates array of object is able to accept n student information. Now you just use a cout statement, that is input number of students C in n, right? Input number of students, that is C in n. Here we are using n means that n indicates number of students in a class, in a college. So we are taking here n means we have to declare those variables before clear screen, that is here declare int n comma I, because we are using for loop. Okay, so this n may be 3 students or 5 students or 10 students or 55 students up to maximum 100 students. Suppose n value is 3 means this program accepts 3 students register number, 3 students name, 3 students marks, and it displays 3 students register number, 3 students name, 3 students marks. So this enter number of students means that this n indicates the number of students in a class, right? And next use for loop whenever the array concept comes, means to accept elements, to display elements, we have to use for loop only. Okay, so I am writing here so from the main function, now to accept n student information or display n student information, from the main function only we have to call this input function, as well as this display function, right? So previously object dot input function, object dot object dot display function, but here we have to take array of object. Therefore for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. What is the array of object? PUC of 0, PUC of I dot input function. Now see what happens when cursor comes here, input the number of students. Suppose I am entering n value 3 means I equal to 0, 0 less than 3, yes, PUC of I, PUC of 0 dot input function means it goes to input function. PUC of 0 dot input function means here cursor comes, enter the student info means register number, name, marks are going to be entered, and these 3 things are going to be stored as first student information. That is PUC of 0 means first student information are going to be stored, and cursor comes back here. I plus plus, I value become 1. PUC of 1 dot input function means once again cursor comes here. PUC of 0 over PUC of 1 means second student register number, name, marks are stored, and cursor goes back here. I plus plus, I become 2, 2 less than 3, yes, PUC of 2 dot input function means here cursor comes, again third student information are going to be read, and cursor moves to back this for loop. I becomes 3, 3 less than 3, no, means cursor come out from for loop. Now what is going on? 3 student information is stored. Now our aim is to display those 3 student information, and this is possible writing cout write on sentence, student info is as follows, is as follows, endl. Student info is as follows. So previously we are using object.display function, then only one information is displayed. Now we have to display all the three student information, right? So how to call a display function? Array of object, that is for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. See here, PUC of I dot input function for input purpose. Now we have to display it. Therefore, PUC of I dot display function. Display function. Now see what happens. I equal to 0, I less than 3. Yes, PUC of I dot display function. So it goes for display function, right? So what is happening in the display function? Set W of I means space is provided. Register number. Which register number? PUC of I means PUC of 0. PUC of 0 register number. What we entered here, PUC of 0 input function, what we entered first student information, that student information is printing here. Register number, name, marks. Next, I become I plus plus means 1. 1 less than 3. Yes. PUC of 1 dot display function. PUC of 0 means first student information is displayed. PUC of 1 means second student information is displayed. PUC of 2 means third student information is displayed. Like this, all the three student information is displayed. Next step is get, close, get, close. What happened here? This array of class object is nothing but, simply we can say, we can create, we can make array of object in the class, right? What this array of object indicates means, array of object means class objects can be created as array of objects, right? Here we declared, we are not declared only one object for the class student. This code tells that, means in the program, this is array of objects, means class name just PUC means one object. We taken here square bracket, means we make this object as array of object, right? From this we can accept n number of student information as well as display n number of student information. It is just like it is what we discussed in the last year, array concept. The same thing here, but instead of just taking array, we are taking array of object here. Means previous what we discussed in the last programs or last 4-5 programs, we are just created one object or two objects to accept one student information or two student information, like that, right? So when the matter comes to accept n number of student information and display n number of student, means it is possible, then we have to declare n number of objects. So instead of declaring n number of objects, just declare one array of object, like this, one array of object with some size, maximum size. PUC of 100 indicates that with the help of this program, it is possible to accept 100 student information and display 100 student information. So this program explains array of class object, right? Thank you.